Hello everybody, welcome to the latest edition of the Nanticoke Newsroom with Bob Kalinowski. How are you tonight? I think tonight we're up to edition 24, lucky number 24. So tonight, what do we need to talk about? We need to talk about what everybody in Nanticoke is talking about. And what is that? Well, it's not only just what everybody in Nanticoke is talking about, it's what everybody in the Wyoming Valley and Luzerne County is talking about. And no, not coronavirus. The big headline of the day, finally making it to print. It was underground for many years and years and years. A rivalry in Nanticoke. And what's this rivalry about? Kielbasa. The Kielbasa Wars of Nanticoke. Now, I never write about stories about Nanticoke. Generally not. Just because it's not worth the controversy. We live in a 1 square mile town. Everywhere you go, someone's going to be bothering the hell about you, whatever you write about it. And chirping in your ear, not liking what you wrote. So generally, as a conflict of interest, or to avoid a conflict of interest, I avoid stories on Nanticoke. But once you start hosting the Nanticoke Newsroom and become an internet celebrity, and people are depending on you for truth, justice in the Nanticoke way, you have to talk about some things about Nanticoke. So what are we talking about? So there was a Kielbasa company, I believe from Glen Line, called Tarnowski Brothers Kielbasa years ago. And then another Kielbasa company formed eventually, Tarnowski's Kielbasa Inc. of Nanticoke. And I know there's rumors and rumors of what went on, and I don't know the truth. I don't want to speculate on the truth, and I don't know the story, so I'm not going to. But the story made headlines today. Kielbasa rivalry heats up in Nanticoke over a trademark infringement lawsuit. And for the people in Glen Line, that means someone is alleging that someone infringed on their trademark. Okay? So, anyways, it is in federal court now, in trademark infringement court. Wisniewski versus Tarnowski. Now, the thing is, Wisniewski's Kielbasa company is called Tarnowski. Again, I don't know the facts, and I'm not going to speculate on them. I'm just going to say, everyone's talking about it in Luzerne County and Nanticoke, and only in North Nanticoke, only in northeastern Pennsylvania. Would there ever be a lawsuit where a Wisniewski is suing a Tarnowski over the name Tarnowski? Only in NEPA, only in Nanticoke, only in the South Valley, because Newport and Glen Line are included in that. So, we'll see where that goes. I, again, do not know either story. I know people on both sides. It's like the Hatfields and Mccoys, I guess. I'm neutral party in this, but now that I brought it up today, I will reserve the right to both sides. John Wisniewski, the Tarnowski brothers, if they want to give me a 90-second video telling their side of the story, I'm all ears. I could be the judge. We could get this court out. We could get this out of federal court. Maybe Judge Kalinowski could decide. So 90 seconds video. Maybe since this is such urgent importance, maybe I would let these two sides give me 2.5 minutes telling their sides, and I'd air it in its entirety. If we don't want to do that, then we don't. You could fight it out in federal court then, or else you could ask Judge Whitaker to help us out too. He could make a special guest appearance, sit right next to me, and we could have Judge Whitaker decide it right here, live on the Nanticoke Newsroom. Anyway. So, coronavirus update. Today, I visited the testing site at the Mohegan Sun Arena. And guess what that means? I did not come close to anywhere near the Mohegan Sun Arena. They are not letting anyone near. So, from very, very, very far, I could see a couple cars. And, just try. You have to be on scene when you're a reporter to do things. But you people at home, sitting on your computers, probably had more access than I did. To the testing site, but they're testing people who are emergency responders, healthcare professionals, those over the age of 65 who have symptoms, and you have to do it by appointment only. So we're not sure how many, as of right now, how many people went through today, But that's a service that's being provided at the Mohegan Sun Arena for people who think they need to be tested for coronavirus, who meet the symptoms guidelines. My story tomorrow, for some reason, my franchise of writing is writing about death. I'm good at it for some reason. People trust me when they've recently dealt with death. Because no, I'm not a phony. I'm actually a really good-hearted person that will tell their story and tell it well. I always tell them that. So I have a story tomorrow coming about a guy who, within a matter of 6 days, lost his mother and father, but backwards, father then mother, to coronavirus. 73 years old. The dad was 70 years old. The mom, up until their last hours, he said they were kind of like fine. Like they knew they had it, and they just went flatlined, or I don't know if that's the right word, but downhill in a moment's notice, and lost both parents that way. And it's heartbreaking not being able to be by their side when they're dying. I mean, that's the coronavirus quarantine. You can't even be by your parent when they die. So, Jack the Cat feature today. We have 2 Jack the Cat features today. Real brief. Yesterday, I did the story about him breaking out over the weekend and causing me a lot of grief. He obviously sometimes tries to get out. Now he had his freedom, and he's now he's trying to be bold again. And he's standing by the door today, trying to open the door. Oh, I forgot my big thing I was supposed to do with the Kielbasa thing. I was like, oh, weird. For one day and one day only, the Nanticoke Newsroom shirt is not being used. We're going with the Kielbasa shirt. So I missed my cue, but you got the Kielbasa shirt the rest of the show. So, Jack the Cat trying to get out, door handle, shaking it, and he's a smart cat. He knows how to open the door. His paws aren't big enough, I guess. And then Jack was sitting at home anymore. Jack likes to always help me work, so he's been fascinated with pens lately. He sees me writing on my notebook, so he likes playing around with my pens now. So this is a little video of him playing around with the pens. As you know, I miss my bartending job, and I miss all my people that I bartended with, and all the cocktail waitresses, and all the hard-working people I worked with at Mohegan Sun. We're kind of obviously on idle right now. All those hard-working people, hopefully they're on their feet, and will get back on their feet very soon. But speaking of bartending, my buddy Brian Martin, one of the smartest guys I know. And no, funniest guys, not smartest. Brian, you're not the smartest, one of the smartest guys I know. But one of the funniest guys I know, so he wanted to be a part of the Nanticoke Newsroom one day. So I figured I'd give him an audition. So here's his audition. Brian, every Sunday, I think, has been coming up with a cocktail to do a little video on. So I'm giving Brian this highly coveted advertising spot to tell us a little bit about a drink that has a cool name.
All right, Harvey Wallbanger. That's what we got going on today. It's number 1, it's a great brunch drink. Number 2, it has a first and last name, which is just amazing. And number 3, maybe you're 6 feet away from someone today, and if you wanted to think you're just having an orange juice, you can probably pull that off as well. So what do? We are doing vodka. We're doing 2 to 3 parts of vodka. I'll be honest with you, you've been stuck inside 4 or 5 weeks, so you want to pump up those numbers. You pump them up. I like to throw a little bit of seltzer water, a little orange flavored seltzer water in it. Just give it a little, ease it up a little bit there. Mix that up with some fresh squeezed orange juice. And you should have time to fresh squeeze orange juice right now. I mean, you probably go churn your own butter right now too. So, you get it all mixed up and you make it nice and you throw it into a nice glass. And then, this is where it gets good. You take the Galliano liqueur. It's a little floaty on top. You garnish it, a little cherry, a little orange. Let's do one of these today. And let's have a good Sunday, everybody.
Folks, now it's time for the Laugh, Smile, and Cry feature of the day. But first, we're starting with the cry. Because it was a little chilly out today, and sometimes ominous about raining. Then all of a sudden, out of the skies, hail and sleet and probably snow out of nowhere. Boom, boom, boom. Here's a little video. Depressing. Then of course, an hour later, sunshine. So, can never get it with this weather in northeastern Pennsylvania in spring. So, the Cliff Lewis Random Act of Kindness Award today. I gave it the other day for my sister because I thought was totally responsible for the grocery showing up at our doorstep for Aunt March. But she tagged me the other day and I didn't see it before I awarded her the thing. And she said it's her friend, Greg Kosicki, who went out of his way to bring Aunt Marge groceries because he knew Michelle had it, and knows Michelle had a 94-year-old great aunt that needed some groceries and didn't want to leave the house. So the Cliff Lewis Random Act of Kindness today goes to someone I don't even know. Because that's kind, giving it to someone you don't even know. Greg Kosicki, good work. So, that's the show for today, the controversial Kielbasa Gate show. So, as I always say, and she needs no introduction, Anna, take her away.
Stay safe out there.